This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I haven't done a garage tour for a couple of months, and today the weather's nice, so I thought, well, why not show you around? We've had a busy couple of months, so the stock has, well, there are a couple of things which we've had for a while, but most of it is fresh. So I thought it's a perfect time to give you a quick tour. We might as well start off then with this. I've just bought this morning. It's a late 2017 BMW 435 diesel convertible. And I really rate these. This one's an M Sport and it's X-Drive, so it's all-wheel drive. It's done 80,000 miles, full BMW service history, and it's for sale for $16,995. It's finished in arguably the best colour scheme, so it's Snapper Rocks metallic with a black Dakota leather interior. I just think it's stunning. You've even got the nice blue stitching on the leather. With this you get a folding metal roof and enough space for 4 people. And the fact this is a 435 diesel means not only is it quick, but it's also quite economical. Let me show you something quite unusual then. Over here we've got a 2022 VW Transporter, but this one's been converted into a day van. So we've got the pop-up roof. It's only done 8,000 miles, and it's a really thorough job, this. It's for sale for $49,995, and we've already had about 5 inquiries on it. It's just a case really of picking the part exchange that we want. Whenever you get anything unusual like this in stock, you always get some weird part exchanges. And I just don't want to be lumbered with something that I don't really want, especially on something as mint as this. Shall I show you inside? It's a proper job, this. So you've got the pop-up roof, which of course this folds down so you can get 2, well, children I guess up there. You've got a little kitchenette area, you've got a rock and roll bed, and it's got air conditioning, which is handy on a day like today. But yeah, it's a nice space, this. Might put the kettle on, make a brew. Right, let me show you this Kia Sorento then. So this is a 2012 Kia Sorento, 2.2 CRDI. This is a KX1 spec, so it's all-wheel drive, but it is a basic spec, so you get a cloth interior. It's done 110,000 miles, and it's for sale for $4,295. They always sell well, these. I'm a big fan of Kia. I always try and stock them because they rarely go wrong, and they always sell well, and I think they're priced quite keenly. Over there we've got a metallic red Duke. The only good thing about the Duke is, well, the only good thing about this particular Duke is that it's automatic, and automatic Dukes always sell well. Everything's a bit filthy at the moment. We've had some decent weather and some wind, and just everything's covered in dust. So one by one they're going to get cleaned off today. That's quite interesting. Over there we've got a 2021 Isuzu Rodeo pickup truck. Now this looks like great value, and it's cheap for a reason. This is for sale for $14,995 plus VAT, which is cheap. It should be double that, but, you ready for this? It has done 170,000 miles. I bought this from a local main dealer, and it had been owned by a maintenance company, so it had just been up and down the motorway for the last 3 years, hence 170,000 miles. But by the looks of it, it's had quite an easy life. It doesn't look like an abused builder's truck. This has also got a full main dealer service history, so whoever buys it, if they continue to look after it like that, it should last for another 100,000 miles easily. Over here we've got another pickup truck. Now this is a nice one. I did a TikTok with this actually. If you don't follow me on TikTok, head over to TikTok. It's High Peak Autos. So this is a Ford Ranger 2019 Wild Track. It's a 3.2 TDCi automatic. It's only done 50-something thousand miles. Let me just find the mileage for you. It's done 57,000 miles, and it's for sale for $18,640 plus VAT. And it drives really well, this. It's been maintained by the main dealer from new. So yeah, I was quite pleased to buy that. Backed myself into a corner here, haven't I? These cars are just so tightly packed. Over here then we've got one of my favourite cars. So this is a 5 Series Touring. It's a 2014 520D automatic. It's done 123,000 miles, which might sound high, but for a 10-year-old car it's about average. It's got full service history, and it's for sale for $6,995. And I really rate the 5 Series. Personally, I'd rather have a 530D rather than a 520D, but if you want the extra economy, 520D is the way to go. If you don't follow me on TikTok, it's probably worth doing so because I demonstrated how big the boot was by getting in it. Get a load of this. It's massive. Over here then, this was here last time, sadly. This is a little Citroen C1 that I bought a couple of months ago now. And then it needed a gearbox repair and a clutch, and I spent about £2,000 on it. It's now for sale for $5,495, which is a loss of £500, and it's still sitting there frustratingly. Oh, this one's quite nice. I'm surprised this one hasn't sold. This is a Mini Paceman, 2016 66 reg Mini Cooper Paceman. It's a really good spec, this as well. It's looking filthy at the moment, but it's a really nice colour. It's a 1.6 litre petrol and it's done 68,000 miles. And it's for sale for $7,495. Before we continue then, I just need to say a quick thank you to today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or your brand's already established, Squarespace makes it easy to create a stunning website all in one place. The flexible website templates are perfect for any project. If you're like me and you want to share your passion for cars, but you find managing a website daunting and difficult, then Squarespace's AI tools are everything that you'd need. With their intuitive AI capabilities, you can generate polished text for your site in no time. Whether it's crafting detailed descriptions of each vehicle or creating engaging blogs, Squarespace AI helps streamline the process. Here's how it works. Simply click any text area on your Squarespace site and hit the lightning bolt icon to start. Type in your prompt and select options like paragraph or sales pitch and let AI craft content tailored to your site's theme. You can review the generated text and if it's not quite right, tweak your prompt and try again. It's that easy. Not only does Squarespace help with creating content, but it also offers powerful tools to revise existing text. And the Fluid engine makes designing your site simple and intuitive, with easy drag and drop technology that's as smooth as a well-oiled machine. And if you want to sell merchandise, Squarespace's custom merch feature has you covered. You simply design your products, and then they handle the production, the inventory, and the shipping. You ready to give it a shot? All you need to do is head to squarespace.com/highpeakautos and start your free trial. If you click the link below, you'll save yourself 10% off your first website or domain name. So thanks Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Right, on to the next car then. This is a 2017, a late 2017 Vauxhall Mocha. I'm not a huge fan of these to be honest, but they always sell well. They're quite popular. They make quite a decent family car to be honest. You get a decent sized boot, plenty of room for 5 people. They're quite reliable, quite economical. They look all right, they're inoffensive. That's all I can tell you about that pretty much. Over here then, we've got 2 Ford Ka. Now really these didn't ought to be on the forecourt. The little black one there I took in part exchange and then spent £600 or £700 getting it through an MOT. That's currently for sale for $1,795 and there's not a huge amount of profit in it. This one I bought from a local main dealer as part of a batch of cars. It's only done 50-odd thousand miles, but sadly it's a Cat S, so that has affected its value. This is a 2014, quite low mileage. It's just had a service and MOT and it's for sale for $2,995. So the fact that it is a damage repaired car just makes it good value. It isn't the sort of stuff that I like to sell to be honest, but quite often people ask me for cheap cars. And at least with something like that, I know it's been through our workshop, so I know it's safe, I know it's got a clean MOT, and it should be reliable. Let's head over to this far corner then. Over there we've got a 2018, a late 2018 Citroen C3 Aircross, and I quite like these. I might do a video with it. I just think they're quite cool, quite quirky. I'm not a big lover of French cars, but I always quite like the Citroen Cactus. And this kind of reminds me of that. I like the fact that it's a spacious, practical car, but it looks quite cool and it doesn't take up a big footprint. Over here then, this is one of my personal favourites. This is a GLE. It's a 2018 Mercedes GLE. And of course the GLE is the new name for the ML. So it's essentially an M-Class. It's done 81,000 miles and we have had quite a bit of interest in it, but sadly it hasn't sold yet. I'm sure it will though eventually. I haven't lost faith in it yet. I just think for such a modern car, it's a 3-litre diesel so it's quite sensible to run, for $21,995, it's quite good value. The next 2 cars were here last time I did a tour, I distinctly remember them. There's a Renault Valsatis, and that isn't a car that you can forget quickly, is it? Then over here we've got an Audi Q3. This wasn't here last time though, this is a Volvo V90, and I really like these. Excuse the mess, it will get cleaned today. Now it's done quite a number of miles this, it's done 130,000 miles. But you'd never know, it's absolutely immaculate. I really rate those. Every time I drive one I think this is kind of all the car you need. We're back over here then now with a 2017 Kia Sportage Automatic. Now I've had this for about 3 months and I just can't seem to shift it and it's a really nice car. I've just had the gearbox serviced. It's got 12 months MOT with no advisory items. I have spent a few £100s on it, so that's a decent buy, and yet I just can't give it away. This one over here, it's similar to the Kia Sorento that we saw earlier, but this one's a KX2, so this one's got a full leather interior. But again, same price, similar mileage, same engine. There are 2 or 3 cars that we've missed out there, but we've currently got a couple of customers on the forecourt there looking around a Honda Civic, so I don't want to get in their way really, so I'll just leave them in their own space for now. But over here we've got a 2015 Nissan Juke. I bought this a couple of days ago. It's got black wheels, it's just had a good buff. I've changed the reg plates, in case you're wondering, and buffed the headlights. So that is good to go. It's quite a high spec that one as well, so it's got a full leather interior and heated seats. Over here then we've got a Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. In fact, I was going to tell you about that, but I think that was here last time. I think it was parked over there, and I commented on how noisy the boot was because it beeps when you open it. You get a very annoying beeping tailgate with these though. Never really understood why. I know, let's make the tailgate sound like a dump truck reversing. It was. Before we head inside them, we've got 2 more on the front. Let me go and show you those. We've also got about 12 that are due to come back. I don't know where we're going to put them, to be honest. We've got like 3 car park spaces left. I just keep saying yes to cars. I always think the more you have, the more you sell. Hope that didn't come across like Wolf of Wall Street, like Gordon Gekko or something. If you look quick, there's a Toyota Previa down there. My parents had one of those when I was a kid. I need to get one on the channel. If anyone's got one cheap, let me know. Matt@highpeakautos.com. So out front here, we've got a little Mazda 2. Now I did a TikTok on this and it went, well, I don't want to say it went viral, but it got like 100,000 views in a day or something. The video just took off for some reason. It's done 70-odd thousand miles and it's for sale for 1,795. This might not be the sexiest car in the world, but this kind of thing always seems to sell. Same with this. So this is a little Hyundai i20. It's quite low mileage. It's a 2010, late 2010, and it's for sale for 3,495. Should we head inside then? Over here then we've got a late 2012 Citroen C3 Picasso. Now that might look expensive, in my opinion it is expensive, but it's only done 22,000 miles and it's automatic. So I had to pay a fortune to own it. Let me show you the showroom then. Over here we've still got my little Royal Mail tuk-tuk, my Piaggio Ape. Sadly no takers on that. I thought we would have sold it by now, to be honest, but we haven't. This was my own Porsche 718 Boxster. Now I've got an appointment on that tomorrow, so I'm hoping that's, well, I don't really want to sell it. Bit of a long story this. I bought it for stock and then I thought, you know what, I really like this, I'm going to keep it. So I bought it from my own company, put it in my name, taxed it, put my plates on it and then used it for a couple of months. Then I got a new car, so it was just kind of surplus. So I bought it back from myself and here it is, back up for sale. Although it's now cheaper than it was originally. It's for sale for 30,995 and that is a properly good car. It's done 36,000 miles. I think it done 34 when I bought it. So I've done a few thousand miles in it and it's immaculate. I love it. But I just can't keep everything, that's the trouble. Over here, now I did a TikTok with this. This is a late 2019 69 Volkswagen Touareg.
You sure?
Yes. Volkswagen. I don't know why I'm saying it like that.
Volkswagen?
This is a late... I don't know why did I say it like that? Over here we've got a late 2019 69 reg VW Touareg. Now this is a 3-litre turbo diesel V6. It's low mileage and it's for sale for 28,995. I just think that is so much car for the money. I did a video on this on TikTok where I pointed out some of the areas where VW had economised, shall we say. Some of the interior trim is a little bit cheap. However, overall, it's a very good car, that. Behind it then is a car that you're probably all familiar with. It's my late 2018-2019 model year, 68 reg, Range Rover 5-litre supercharged autobiography. I love this thing. But I've just bought a new one, so this one is now not needed. You know what's a bit sad? I know I'm a Range Rover fan, but I currently own a Range Rover Classic. I've got an L322, I've got an L405, and I've got an L460. The only one I'm missing from the whole Range Rover lineup from 1970 to present day is the P38, which incidentally, I've just made an offer on one. So very soon I might have one from every era, which is sad, isn't it? Sad. This white 5-litre V8 has recently taken me to London and back. I went to go and pick up a Toyota Camry last weekend, so we used this as a runaround. It burnt through a full tank of fuel, but I enjoyed every mile. In case you're wondering, this one's done 44,000 miles and it's for sale for 42,995, which is a bargain when you consider I paid almost double that for it about 2.5 years ago. Anyway, it's a bargain for someone else to enjoy now. Over here then is a 2015 Land Rover Defender. Now I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Defender. They're awful cars, but I love them. This one's one of the last of. Now they stopped making these in 2016. This one of course is a 2015 model, so it's a later model with a TDCi engine, not the TD5. It's only done 25,000 miles, I think. It's currently for sale for 35 grand, which is an awful lot more money than it was when it was new, which is mad. But such is the Defender market. And I'm not just saying this because it's my own stock, but it's absolutely immaculate. There's just no wear on anything. It's like going into the showroom in 2015. It's immaculate. Speaking of immaculate, check out this. So this I bought from a viewer down south called Callum. It's a 1998 Mercedes SLK 230 compressor, and it's only done 55,000 miles. I paid just £1,500 for it and then spent £1,750 on it, so it owes me £3,250. Anyway, I just wanted to save it. It was in good condition, to be honest, but it just had a few jobs that needed to be done. For example, I've replaced the headlining, I've given it a service, given the gearbox a service, replaced all 4 tyres because it had been sitting for years. It's had everything done. I've had the air conditioning gassed. So it is ready to go to a new home. I was half tempted to keep that, you know. Just for the amount of money, it's definitely a future classic. I quite like the fact that it's an early pre-facelift model as well. I now genuinely think they're coming into their own because I like the straight angular lines. It's got a timeless quality to it. There are a couple of cars outside. Should we go and have a look? Over here then is my cheap MX-5. Now this has just come back from the valeters. I've had this for about 3 months and not had any interest in it, to be honest. So what I decided to do, this is a bit of a tip actually for anyone that's watching that's in the car business. If you have a car that just sticks around you for no reason, go and drive it for a day or two, see what's wrong with it, see why people haven't bought it perhaps, and then just revisit it. That's what I did with this. When I went to it the other day, it had a flat battery, it was low on fuel, the seats were a little bit stained, and the headlamps needed a good buff. So I've had all those jobs done now, and it's now ready to re-photograph and re-advertise. I just can't believe this hasn't sold. It's done 100,000 miles, it's a 1.8 Sport, 5-speed, it's a 2008. It's in a good colour, I think they call it midnight blue. Now I think you'll agree, with a little bit of TLC, this car's just been transformed. I'm now hoping with some fresh photographs this will now sell, especially on a day like today. I just think for $2,995 it's a bit of a bargain. Now I think we've fully exhausted all the cars on the premises, but keep this to yourself, but we've got several in the car park. Shall I give you a quick tour of those? They currently cost me £2.20 a day in car park tickets, but shouldn't complain really. I did a video last week where I took this Jaguar to We Buy Any Car and they offered £64 for it. That's currently for sale on my website, just as spares and repairs basically. Although it does drive, it just has an engine light on.
Drives very well.
Although it does drive very well, it's just got an engine light on. Just wait for this Igo X to back out of this spot. Over here then is my 2008 Audi A3 Sport, not S-Line, not to be confused with the S-Line, it's just a Sport. This came in part exchange for £750. I then spent £750 on it. And I was planning to use it, well, I did use it for about a month as just a work runaround, just a workhorse basically. Then I bought a 2010 Audi A6 Le Mans. So I decided to keep the A6 and then sell this. This one's currently for sale for £12.95, which I think is a loss of £200. I'm not bothered. It served its purpose. Move it on. Over here is 2014 Kia Rio. That's sold and that's being picked up tomorrow by its new owner. Over here is 2014 Kia Rio. That's now sold and being picked up tomorrow by its new owner. Guess what I've got over here? A Kia Rio. This one isn't sold, but it will be shortly. It's quite low mileage. I've just put a new power steering pump on it and it's ready to go. Over here, we've got a 2011 Land Rover Freelander in Santorini Black. That's mine. That's had 4 new tyres, full service, MOT. I spent about £1,000 on that. That's for sale, but we've run out of space. Over here is a 2007 Volvo C30, which I did a video with recently. That is now sold and being picked up tomorrow. Over here is my late 2008 Volkswagen Golf. Now, you might remember the video I did with this because I bought it. The previous owner had sadly passed away and it had been on his driveway sitting for years, maybe 5 years. So I went through it and did everything. Put 4 Continental tyres on it, did a timing belt, new wheel trims, all that sort of stuff. And it's only done 7,000 miles from new. One owner and 7,000 miles. It's currently for sale for $4,995, which sounds horrendously expensive for a 2008 Golf. But 7,000 miles, you're essentially buying a new car. I've got more cars in this car park than I expected, you know. Right, this is a 2019 Nissan Leaf. Now I've got a test drive on this in 30 minutes time. I've just plugged it into the EV charger, so it's got a full range, and it's had a wash. So I'm hoping that now sells. It's a really nice car, that. In fact, my mum used it for about 3 months. She liked it as well. What else have we got? Oh, there's my Z3. This is a 1999 BMW Z3. Pretty car, isn't it? It's done 90,000 miles. One of my colleagues actually just said, oh, there's a fault with the BMW Z3 roof. I can't get the roof up. Now, bit of product knowledge for you. In order for the roof to come up, it's got a semi-automatic roof. You've got to press the brake pedal. If you don't press the brake pedal, then it doesn't send power to the micro switch and the roof won't work. And thanks to Mike at the Z Shed for that little bit of information. That's currently for sale for $3,495. It's very similar to the SLK, really. What else? I think that's it. Well, there you go then. With all these parking tickets, now at least you know how Stockport Council are affording all those new bins. I think that's about it then, guys. I think my car's nearly charged. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.